Hey, you guys, you want to sign my petition?
Yeah, in a second, Dr. Astroglide. We're doing something important.
What? Are you arguing about which of the apostles was gay? Again?
I vote for Thomas. It's why his gospel was dropped. Too much pining for the body of Christ. I still say it was Peter. He really had it out for women. He was guy all the way. And I always maintain that it was all of them. But that is not what we're doing. We're trying to come up with things that will really make a difference in people's lives. Things that would affect everyone, changing their day-to-day existence forever!
So am I. See, this petition is for people who want to officially lower the amount of allowable carbon that factories in Opinion County can release into the atmosphere.
Blibbity blah 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 blah. Stop interrupting! We are trying to come up with something that every person can do in a real way, not sign some petition about carbon whatevers and thingamabobs.
I realize that it's only a county measure, but it could make a real difference to help slow climate change.
Climate change isn't caused by carbon. The rise in global temperatures are because the dragons that have long slumbered under Antarctica are waking up, and dragons are well known for their noxious post-hibernation gas. Dragon farts. Climate change is caused by dragon farts. It's the only logical answer! Don't listen to AJ. We are doing something super important, though. More important than your petition to fight that big made-up climate change monster.
It's not made up.
It's all fake. This I know, because Rush Limbaugh tells me so.
What in the world could the three of you be working on that is more important than climate change?
I've got it! It's just what we wanted. Something that will improve the lives of millions! Okay, go for it. Instead of ice cubes, just put fingerling potatoes in the freezer and use those in your drinks to make them cool instead. They stay colder longer, won't dilute your drink, and are reusable. That is truly a great idea. Won't the potatoes wind up getting all soggy and gross and taste like the drink you were trying to cool? Yeah, who wants a bunch of discolored potatoes in their scotch on the rocks that taste like Mr. Pibb? That's why you put the potatoes in a snack-sized Ziploc bag, then freeze them. Perfect!
This is your big project? Stupid, useless life hacks?
Life hacks aren't stupid or useless. They are useful hints and tips that make day-to-day life easier. And more profitable. Okay, we have one. We need a few more before we can launch our own life hack website. I still want to call it Hack and Slash. I want it to be called Hackety Sack. No, we need something more hip and modern, but also kind of retro. Like, Better Home and Hacks or Better Hacks and Gardens.
Let me get this straight. You three morons are wasting your time coming up with life hacks when instead you could be helping me do something that would actually help people, the environment, and the future of mankind?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. Oh, and I would also like to add to my observation that you three guys are fucktards.
Oh, come on, Gary. Your petitioning for lowering carbon is kinda important, I guess, to crazy people. But don't poo-poo our life hacks. Life hacks are clever ways to help people live incrementally better lives. Yeah, I mean, when I would eat cheese puffs, I would get that cheese dust all over my hands, shirt, and pants. Thanks to a life hack that showed me to eat them with chopsticks, my life is 1,000 times better, as are millions of other people's.
I don't think that a way for people to shovel snack food into their food hole ranks up there with trying to prevent an ecological disaster that will affect billions of people.
Hey, I know this high horse. I've ridden it several times myself. You think you're so much better than us because your pet project is more important than ours.
It is. Gary kind of has a point, Fundy. Life hacks are neat and all, but Gary is trying to slow climate change. Well, goody for him. Gary will have spent weeks collecting signatures to get the county to change some law, and in the end the law won't get changed because there wasn't enough signatures, or it was filed wrong, or because the factories will pad the pockets of our local politicians. Meanwhile, we will have helped thousands of people who don't want to fill ice cube trays. Oh, I got one! Tape oven mitts to your knees before going to church so that you can be more comfortable when it's time to pray. Oh no. You want some of this ad revenue money? Besides, me and AJ have come up with life hacks, and so far you've come up with bupkis. Alright. You can use empty egg cartons to keep onions fresh. Perfect! Does that even work? That's not the point. They have to sound like they work. So in the end, you guys are less helping people and more using a popular trend to try to make money. It's the American way. I get why you're doing this, Fundy, but Jason Aloysius Halderman, you should be ashamed of yourself. If the International League of Skeptics found out, they'd take your membership card away. No, they won't. In my defense, I like life hacks and I want to contribute. I'll make sure that we have a disclaimer on the website warning people that our hacks are untested. Not good enough.
What about me? Aren't you ashamed of me?
You're a constant variable, AJ. I never know where you'll fall on any given subject. Guys, life hacks are pointless. They are hints and tips aimed at a society that already has a pretty cushy life to begin with, especially when compared to people in other countries. Life hacks address the very tiniest annoyances of the first world. Is this how you want to waste your time and energy? There is nothing stopping a third world starving baby from benefiting from a life hack. Name one life hack that a starving third world baby can benefit from. The one where you can seal an open potato chip bag without a clip? That way the baby can have fresh chips for later.
And then when they do, they can use the hack that shows them how to turn that bag into a chip bowl.
Yeah, 2 life-saving hacks right there. Look, if we sign your Earth-huggy petition to save the whatever, will you stop with the criticism? No, I want you to sign the petition because you genuinely want to help, not just to make me go away. Isn't that like the primary tactic used by petition workers? I'm not getting paid, I'm a volunteer. I want to make a difference the best way I can.
That's what we're doing! Ooh, here's one! Hollow out a bowling ball and fill it with yogurt!
What does that do?
It protects you from trans-dimensional wombats!
We'll put it on the website anyway. People are dumb enough to try just about anything. Look, I get life hacks, but imagine what could be accomplished if people put their energies towards affecting changes to their lives and the lives of others that matter on a local, state, or global level. Life hacks are tiny changes to make the mundane parts of an already easy life even easier. But things like cutting back on electricity, or driving less, or living within your means are more important. Instead of learning how to bake a chicken from the heat of your laptop, you could learn how to save water or affect change in other countries where people really have it tough. But that's boring and hard and a big bucket of no fun. Why try doing all of that crap when you could use old ketchup squeeze bottles for feminine douches? Big problems are just too big sometimes, Gary. Life hacks address the minutia of life. They make people feel better. Aha! Put a penny in your milk to make it last longer. My grandma taught me that one. That's not a life hack, that's just an old wives' tale.
What's the difference? My grandma told me to rub a piece of rutabaga under my tongue to prevent hiccups.
Ha! My Grammy Yum Yum says that if you slaughter a goat on the first full moon of the year and rub the blood into your testicles, then you will have no problems with impotence. So life hacks are just modern day bullshit, like knocking on wood for luck or eating an apple a day to keep the doctor away. They are not. There are lots of life hacks that really work, like the Cheetos chopsticks one. Yeah, and You know, the ones I've tried didn't really work. I tried the life hack where you use a nail and hammer to open a bottle of wine, and all I managed to do was hack me up a broken bottle of wine and a stained carpet.
Well, I tried to turn my toaster into a sandwich maker by turning it on its side, and then I burned my kitchen down. Good sandwich, though.
Well, I used the hack for making gin, and it worked great. Of course, the first ingredient for making the gin was gin.
What do you guys think?
Are life hacks truly helpful tricks and tips to help you live a better life? Or are they just unneeded fixes for non-problems? And should we instead concentrate on things that bleeding hearts claim would actually improve the lives of millions of people?
Comment! So, how many life hacks do we have?
I don't know, 6? Is that enough for a website? I'm gonna hazard a guess and say no. You know, this is a lot harder than it sounded when we first talked about it at the bar.
What if all the life hacks have been discovered already?
Oh, they haven't. There are plenty of hacks that I know of that I've never seen online. And what would you know about life hacks? Plenty. I have spent 20 years in the sensual pleasures community. You learn a few things. You figure a few things out. Safe alternatives to lube, perfect positions, easy ways to remove hickeys, lots of stuff. But since you guys aren't interested in sex hacks, I'll just take my petition to Skanks Bird. Later, losers. Sex hacks! That is $1 million website name.
We'd be as rich as Kaisers!
Screw that, I need advice. Hey, Gary, do you know how to remove a rusty cock ring? It's not for me, it's for a relative. I mean a friend. Hello, my fellow Opinion Villagers. Today is August 1st, 2014, and it's Braham Pie Day, Girlfriend's Day, India Pale Ale Day, National Minority Donor Awareness Day, Respect for Parents Day, Rounds Reasoning Day, Spider-Man Day, U.S. Air Force Day, Twins Day, World Lung Cancer Day, World Wide Web Day, World Scout Scarf Day, and International Beer Day. Famous dead people celebrating birthdays today: Jerry Garcia, Francis Scott Key, Dom DeLuise, and Herman Melville. And now on to the questions. First up, Finite Atticus asks, intimate question for Fundy. Will you twerk for me, or at least make a snarky comment in response to me asking you to twerk for me? Oh man, no matter what I do, I satisfy your perverse demands. If I twerk, then you get off, and if I snark, then you get off. And the ironic part is that I'm very good at both. Packard Sonic asks, question for Magic Name Frame. When the names appear on your face area, do each of the names taste different to you?
All you magical types taste the same to me, and I have tasted a lot of you. The closest thing I could compare the taste of a YouTuber is to maybe, I don't know, Beefy Mac? Yeah, that's it. Cheesy, beefy, tangy, and bad for you.
McKenna McLaughlin asks, intimate question for Oswald. Do you have kids chasing after you screaming, "Oh my god, it's so fluffy"? What about the adults doing that?
Kids and adults usually are the ones running away from me, and they're usually screaming something like, "Oh my god, is that big blue furry thing come to hug us all the way into the emergency room again?"
And Savior asks, intimate question for Oswald. If you could do one thing and only one thing to Sarah Palin, what would that one thing be?
I have the perfect question to ask Sarah Palin. Here it is. Who are you again?
T-Bean asks, intimate question for Meet Jason. How does your family feel about your furry family? My daughter would think it was weird and embarrassing, but she would also have kidnapped Oswald long ago. He is too cute not to hug. I would like to answer the question about how my wife and family feel about their father spending a great deal of time alone in a garage talking to a camera and a assorted allotment of puppet friends. But my divorce attorney advises me not to do it. It could jeopardize my custody chances. Just kidding. They think it's weird. That's about it. And then they know it's good for them, too.
They know that they better not interrupt me in my puppet time, or bad things will happen. I think I just implicated myself for child abuse. I love my children. Okay, before I end, a quick announcement. Usually on Fridays, I host the Friday Funhouse, but this Friday, the Funhouse will be closed. I am going to be spending that time with my father, helping him celebrate his birthday. But rest assured, the Funhouse will be back up and running next Friday. So if anyone's been looking forward to spending an hour with me and a few of my friends just farting around on the internet, sorry, next week. So that's it. Until next time, my amazing at-ats, this has been Jason with a D. Sup? It's time to shout you out. I'm Oswald, and this is my new best man, the Magic Name Frame. Say hi, Name Frame.
Beth, man, are you getting married?
Someday I will, and on that day, you will be my best man.
I'm flattered, but
Don't act like you have a choice.
Let's do the shout-outs.
Okay.
Angel Ripper.
My Uncle Fuzzy rips angels. I mean, that's what he says when he farts. He says, I gotta rip an angel. And then everybody leaves the room, 'cause his farts have killed pets. I still miss my goldfish. Damn you, Uncle Fuzzy.
Motoko Kusanagi.
You either don't know how to spell your name, or you're Japanese.
Fuck off.
Do you know that your first name is an F-bomb? 'Cause it is.
Herped so hard I derped.
You should go see a doctor for herping that hard. I see a guy, for my herping problem. I'll hook you up.
Miss O'Dear.
Hello, miss. It's good to see young ladies subbing.
The Squirrel.
Are you the squirrel that watches me while I sleep? Because if you are, you have a BB gun in your future, buddy.
Mega Bennig.
I thought I knew all the Zords that the Power Rangers had. I never heard of a Mega Bennig.
Oblivio Roxornian.
Are you a dinosaur? I love dinosaurs.
King of Ukuleles.
Hipsters must love you.
The Only Bastet.
Since I don't know what a Bastet is, and I have never heard of one, I believe you when you say that you are the only one. But don't worry, maybe one day there'll be a nice lady or man Bastet out there and you can have lots of other little Bastets.
Remember, if you subbed and you would like to have a retarded monster and a withering magic picture frame, shout your name out, then leave a request down in the comments section.
So as we agreed earlier, when I get married, you will be my best man.
I didn't agree to anything.
Like that matters. Anyway, as best man, that means that you gotta go find me a girl to marry.
That isn't what a best man does.
It's what my best man does. Now, let me get your baseball bat and burlap sack so you can go find me a woman.
Oh, Trudeau here with even more suggestions for what you could have done instead of watching YouTube. Waylon the Bat says, instead of watching this blob of felt-related things doing things with things and mouth-talking things and stuff, I could have sold my body for sex to buy a Wii U and then cried myself to sleep for wasting my body and not even getting a copy of Mario Kart 8 or a copy of Super Mario 3D to go with the console, rendering it useless until Super Smash Bros. 4's come out. Well, I think your commitment to the Nintendo Corporation is truly admirable. I bet if you sent a photo of yourself servicing thousands of strangers for Nintendo money to the Nintendo headquarters in Japan, they'll probably send you a coupon for 2% off a used game at GameStop. Sephiroth asks, instead of watching this, I could have stolen Trudeau's identity. Ooh, an identity thief! But you're doing it wrong. Let me help you out a little, Seffi. Number 1, don't tell the person whose identity you're going to steal that you're going to steal their identity. The Mystery Box 96 says, instead of watching this video, I could have watched Idiot Cartoon with Tits and Dick Jokes, aka Arsenic and Satisfaction. Now, there's nothing wrong with Arsenic and Satisfaction cartoons. If you're 12 and have ADD and a little brain damage. X-Term Central says, instead of watching the Looney Bin go at it again for the umpteenth time, I could try to get started on the 15 Kindle books I've yet to get finished. I could also be laughing at some really hilarious things, like the scene from Dumb and Dumber where Jim Carrey slips laxatives into Jeff Daniels' drink, and then he has to go take the mother of all craps, all the while putting up with the Duck Hunt Dog Hellhound's evil, insidious, mocking laugh for 10 minutes straight with no interruptions? Which to choose? Reading or shit jokes? That's a toughie. Autumn Sunset says, instead of watching my favorite weekly variety show, I could have had yet another panic attack due to my upcoming move to a new apartment, triggering my complex PTSD. Well, with a name like Autumn Sunset, I would think that you would be a sea of tranquility. Or a brand of paint. Anywho, don't worry about your move. I am sure it will be fine. Unless the new place is infested with cockroaches, or ghost cockroaches, then you'll have to hire an Exor exterminator, and they can be expensive.